Alrighty guys, welcome back to another video. Hope everyone's doing great and I hope everyone's having a great day today. My name is Andrew Heischman. In today's video, we'll be talking about the current winter system that's impacting the Northeast, as well as this upcoming system possible down the line. Alrighty guys, for today's question of the day, I'm wanting to know what is something that you tried and you didn't think you would like, but you liked it anyways. Leave it down in the comments below and I just might heart your comment. Now guys, we are trying to reach 300 subscribers by the end of January, so if you're not already, hit that subscribe button. That'd be greatly appreciated. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get on into it. So we're taking a look at the current radar view in regard to what is currently going on across the nation. So, we actually did see the system that did impact, from the northern plains down through the Midwest, kind of slowed down across the southeast, moves its way through the mid-Atlantic, and eventually to the northeast. We are still seeing some snow impact the northeast, as well as kind of the mid-Atlantic region with kind of some more snow showers, as well as the Ohio Valley. But nothing like we did see in consistent snowfall, as the system is generally across bits of southern Canada at the moment. It's just now starting to exit the region. By tomorrow update, it should be completely out of the area. Across the upper northwest, we actually do have a bit of snow shower activity across those upper elevations here for bits of Idaho, western Montana, as well as bits of Washington State. So now we're taking a look here at the future radar in terms of what we actually are expecting here down the line. So we're currently taking a look here at 2 o'clock p.m. as that's the time right now of the observation date. So across bits of the upper northeast, we actually are still seeing some snow across those regions here. This honestly is kind of expected for the next day or so. As the system does exit the region, we are still kind of expected a lot of snow showers to kind of remain across bits of the Ohio Valley into bits of the northeast, maybe even near some bits of the mid-Atlantic view as well. Now, as we do track down here into the 18th, kind of across those early morning hours, we'll actually see another little clipper system impact the northern plains and through the upper Midwest here. Track its way across bits, maybe even near Michigan, just kind of scraping the top here according to your 3-kilometer model. Then we actually do track into the northeast, maybe some more snow across the areas here. Then we will see this cold front really start to develop as it draws in more moisture here and gets a lot of rain that starts falling across bits of the southeast into the Ohio Valley here, as well as the Tennessee Valley here down the line. And maybe we could see some more snow on the back end of the system. Alrighty guys, so now we're taking a look here at the observed snowfall in terms of how much snow actually did fall from Winter Storm Izzy. So kind of across these light blue shaded areas, all across bits of the Midwest into the Tennessee Valley, we actually did kind of see, 1 to 3 inches kind of across those light blue shaded colors, 3 to 5 across the dark blue, kind of across this pinkish color, all across the areas here. We actually did see 6 to 10 inches. Now the areas that you do kind of see this maroon, kind of red shaded color, we actually did see over a foot of snowfall that was observed from the system. So overall, we actually did get a lot of impacts of winter weather across the Tennessee Valley, especially across the south. They're not used to this winter weather, so it's honestly kind of extreme for them. So we did see a lot of winter weather across bits of the Tennessee Valley into the mid-Atlantic and eventually into the northeast. Ohio Valley as well. Now the models actually were pretty accurate in terms of showing the heaviest snowfall kind of occurring across the western side here of New York. I believe Buffalo reported 14 inches of snow across the western side here of New York, and we actually did see a little bit more snow, over a foot as well, across the northeastern side of Ohio. So overall, the models did pretty good, and they were trending this for quite some time. Alright, so guys, now we're taking a look at the past radar in regard to the birth and kind of the evolution of this system that we did see impact the regions. So as we did start across bits of the northern plains, it did track its way down into the Midwest. Kind of further down the line, it did move its way towards the Gulf of Mexico, really getting a lot of moisture kicked up from it, move its way into the mid-Atlantic and eventually into the northeast, where it's just now kind of starting to fizzle out of the country as of now. So overall, quite an impressive storm. You can really see once it starts getting all that energy from the Gulf of Mexico just how explosive these systems can actually get. So now guys, we're taking a look at the National Weather Service forecast in regard to your maximum temperatures for today. Overall, we are expecting a relatively nice day across the southern plains and through the central plains, believe it or not. We're talking temperatures here in the 70s across the southern portion of Texas. Moving its way into the 60s, we are seeing a lot of high pressure that is in place, leading to some pretty nice conditions across a lot of these areas, especially across the southwest here. So like I said, we are seeing 60s across a lot of the central states here, kind of moving its way in through bits of Montana as well. Really, really warm for this time of the year. However, it is still a bit chilly across the Ohio Valley northeast as well as bits of the Midwest and the upper Midwest. We are still seeing temperatures below freezing. But regardless, for a lot of these places here, we're looking pretty above average for the most part, and it's looking like a pretty nice day for a lot of people. So for the temperatures tonight, it actually is expected to get quite cold across a lot of these areas here. We're talking 20s across the Ohio Valley, maybe even in the teens across some of these areas here. We are kind of expecting those, double digits, kind of near the single digits across the extreme northeast, as well as the northern plains into bits of the upper Midwest here. So obviously, we are expecting a lot of cold temperatures. Now, in regard to where your freezing point is, it's kind of along this blue line. Anything that's blue and beyond that is pretty much below freezing. So a lot of the country here is expected to be relatively below freezing across a lot of these areas here. Alright, so guys, now we're taking a look at the models in regard to your GFS model, also known as your long-range American model. So we are currently seeing the system exit the northeast. Believe it or not, it actually is still strengthening, and we're seeing a lot of heavy snow kind of fall across bits of Quebec, the southern portions of Canada, as well as kind of in the northeast. But like I said, over the next few hours, this thing is expected to be out of the country for the most part. And like I said, we are kind of expecting some more snow showers to kind of remain for the next day or so, kind of behind the system as it does move its way out. Now, as we do track down further in time, now here's the thing. We are expecting maybe another Clipper system to impact bits of the north according to your GFS model. You'll actually see the trends in the other models as well because they actually are supporting this as well. As we do track down in time, this might impact bits of the northeast. Now, we'll start to see a cold front move its way across bits of, the southeast into the Tennessee, Ohio Valley, and maybe, just maybe, we could see some snow kind of behind this front as it is a little bit more colder across these regions here. And then we'll actually see another bit of moisture move its way across bits of the southeast here, really starts to kick its way up if the area of low pressure starts to develop across the Gulf of Mexico, and boom, another potential of maybe some more wintry weather. And according to your model here on GFS, the latest run, it shows a lot more ice, potentially a lot more catastrophic in regard to what we just saw. But like I said, guys, this is still pretty far out. This is for the 22nd and the 23rd, so it is still relatively a few days away, kind of 5 to 6 days away. So obviously things can still change, but it is something that we need to continue monitoring here over the next day or the next few days or so, because the potential impacts are quite high. For a system like this. Like I said before, across the southeast, people are not used to this type of weather. And then further down the line, the system will exit the region here. So that's essentially what we're dealing with. Alright, so guys, now we're taking a look at the European model, also known as the ECMWF. So, same story, we are seeing the system exit the northeast here for today. Now, further down the line, this Clipper system, as I was kind of showing on the GFS model, kind of just barely scrapes the northern plains here into the upper Midwest. It does track its way across the northeast, so maybe some more snow across those areas here down the line, kind of for the 19th, across those regions there. And then, like I said, we will see this cold front that will develop across the southeast Tennessee Valley into the Ohio Valley here. Maybe some more snow kind of behind the system. This one shows a little bit less in regard to what your GFS model had to say. Then we do track down in time. The shot of moisture does move its way up, potentially more ice according to this model as well, and a lot of snow potential across these areas here as this area of low pressure really starts to strengthen, gets a lot of moisture in here, and eventually tracks its way up to the northeast. So like I said, guys, now we have two models that are starting to agree on this, so it's something that we definitely need to watch out for, because this could actually happen further down the line. Now, we're not going to take a look here at the accumulation factor in terms of things, because like I said, the track is still pretty unknown, as well as the accumulations are obviously unknown as well. So over the next few days, as we start to get a little bit more support in, then we'll start taking a look at the accumulations. But overall, from what the European model has to say, they could potentially be quite high. But like I said, don't be surprised if they do actually change by that time. Alrighty, guys, so we're taking a look here at the last segment for today's video. We're taking a look here at the National Weather Service hazards. So across the south, areas such as northern Florida and southern Georgia, we do actually have some freeze watches in effect, showing that freezing temperatures could appear in those regions, but just stay tuned as freeze warnings might be needed. If a freeze warning is issued, that means freezing temperatures are imminent. Now, in terms of winter weather, we actually do still have a lot of winter storm warnings in effect across the northeast, showing that heavy impacts of winter weather is ongoing or expected. In this case, it's ongoing because we are currently seeing the system impact the northeast. We do actually have some winter weather advisories in effect kind of across this purple area here, showing that some impacts of winter weather is expected. We do have some wind advisories kind of across this tan-shaded area here, showing that, gusty winds are expected to occur, as well as some high wind warnings kind of across those upper elevations here across southwestern Virginia here, showing that, heavy winds are definitely expected. So, guys, that's essentially what we're talking about in terms of that. We actually do have some coastal flood warnings in effect across the Chesapeake, as we are seeing, that system that was drawing a lot of, basically a lot of water towards the coastlines, which is allowing for swelling to occur. So we do have some coastal flood warnings that are ongoing, showing that coastal flooding is expected. And of course, we do actually have some flood warnings across the southeast, showing that flooding is imminent and ongoing. So guys, that's essentially what we're doing with in terms of that. Alright, so guys, that's going to wrap it up for today's video. If you guys did like it, make sure you leave a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. You guys are honestly amazing, like I said. We are trying to reach 300 subscribers by the end of January, so if you're not already, hit that subscribe button. That'd be greatly appreciated. If you guys do like our content that we do produce, check out our Patreon page down below and help support our channel. That'd be greatly appreciated. But guys, that's going to wrap it up for today's video, and I'll catch you all in the next one.